All right, hello everyone, and welcome to our fourth week of classes. We're starting a new module this week. As most of you have probably noticed by now, our first module was more or less focused on who you are and kind of your path in coming into, college and understanding where you might be going from here. We discussed a lot about how culture influences the decisions we make, maybe how some of our experiences may shape the way that we think about careers. And we've spent a little bit of time learning how to describe ourselves and pitch ourselves in a professional way. This week, we're going to do an online scavenger hunt. There's an extensive video that goes into detail about how this works, as well as a actual worksheet for you to complete while you're doing the scavenger hunt. But the purpose for this is just to get you in the idea of thinking about how different parts of a career might influence your decisions and how you might come to a decision to pursue a certain career. I'll go over some stuff today that you might think about while you're doing the scavenger hunt, and I'll give you some examples where I see them to be fit. So with the scavenger hunt, you're going to get a bunch of different aspects of career searches, as well as different things to consider when you're looking at a career field. One of the most obvious things that I've seen throughout the years that I've taught this course has been finances seem to be the single largest determining factor in how people select their careers. And I'm not here to tell you that that's not important. I understand that college is expensive and you need some return on your investment. The difference that I kind of take into account that seems to be difficult for people to overcome, there's a very big emphasis on, making this large 6-figure, 7-figure salary as quickly as possible out of college. And there are careers that is possible in. Are they easy careers to get? No. Does that mean you couldn't get them? Absolutely not. There's ways that you can market yourself and you can be proficient enough to have these kinds of things. But what I like people to consider too is that really the most important thing for your career? In the scavenger hunt, part of using the ONET will allow you to actually go through and look and see, all right, this is the career that I'm kind of thinking about. Here's the level of education. Here's maybe how much money the average person spends getting this degree, or doing this training or getting this certificate. And, here's what the return on investment looks like. This is what a yearly salary for the average person would look like. Maybe what their starting is, maybe after 5, 10, 15 years. So taking that into consideration, I just like to say that there's a lot of us that have come to terms with the fact that maybe the career we want doesn't make a lot of money. I know that working in the military and working in a mental health job, neither one of these are particularly high-paying careers. But I've kind of come to terms with that myself personally, because I'd rather do something that I'm genuinely interested in and be a part of, something that I find to be important, rather than, pursuing a career I'm not that passionate about. That's at least where my opinion is. But that is also exactly what it is. It's my opinion, for myself. I would never tell any of you that, wanting a job that pays a lot and not being that interested in what the work is, I'm never going to tell you that that's a bad idea. I'm just going to suggest that you try to find a way to incorporate something enjoyable about it. The next thing that you'll see on the scavenger hunt is maybe some associations that you might join that would give you some more information on how to pursue that career. There's a lot of professional organizations out there that are solely aimed at creating the best professionals for their field. For us in the counseling program, the main body is the ACA, the American Counseling Association. If you are in a psychological field, I've been a part of the ACA and the APA, APA being American Psychological Association. Those are two major ones that I see a lot of. I know that there's, all sorts of different ones. There's nursing associations, business associations, all of these things that if you add yourself into those, you'll not only get information, but you'll also be able to put it on a resume that will show that you are a part of a professional organization that has a good reputation and creates solid workers. So that'll be on the scavenger hunt as well, and you'll be able to apply yourself in that way. The last thing that I kind of like to see in the scavenger hunt, and you'll be able to describe this kind of, you'll be able to work it in if you want to, is how you see yourself progressing in what specialties. I know typically I see people that want to be engineers. Like, I'll do this example because I've had it happen probably 3 or 4 times where I've had a student in my classes that have come up to me and said, like, I want to be an engineer. And I'll tell them, okay, great. That's a wonderful career path. It's very stable. It's a good financial choice as well because you can make a lot of good money as an engineer. And then I'll ask them, okay, what kind of engineer do you want to be? And that's where they go blank. They're just like, I don't know. I just want to be an engineer. And this is your chance to really dive in and say, all right, if you want to be an engineer, here's some of the different variants that you could be. A chemical engineer, an electrical, a biomedical, all of these types of things, a cyber engineer even. I suggest looking into some of the really specialized stuff that, you do have to make that decision at some point. I've talked about it in previous videos that you can be a general counselor and you can have a general practice, but that's not what makes you a great counselor, in my opinion. Again, my opinion. Having something that you specialize in is what makes you a better counselor, and it's the same way for a lot of career fields. Yes, there are general versions of everything, but much like most doctors and nurses will specialize in something, pediatrics, orthopedics, whatever it might be, business, you might hone in on doing accounting or international trade or things like that. Artists might focus on visual arts, performing arts, sculpture, painting, whatever. Take some time to research what some of the very fine specialties are and what you might apply yourself towards, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that comes out in this assignment. Otherwise, the only thing that we have listed for this week is the scavenger hunt. Again, please watch the video that is provided below that's done by the professor that actually runs this course. And she really goes into a lot of detail and explains each individual part and how to get into it. I posted the worksheet in the box where you'll turn in your homework, so if you're looking for that, it'll be under the description for it. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great week, and welcome to our second module of the semester. So everyone have a good one.